Hello, brothers and sisters. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are blessed. I want to do a quick video, possibly, hopefully. Um, I ended up leaving my church. I had a meeting with my pastor, and some of you are probably saying, well, why you just didn't not show up anymore? But I hold certain positions in my church, so I felt that I owed him that respect. That way he can find somebody else to now fill those positions. Um, it was a intense hour and 30 minutes. Um, I I go back and forth with once saved, always saved all the time, every day. But it's very difficult when you are going back and forth, even in the most kindness and love you can possibly convey. When it's to someone who is once saved, always saved, that you have respect for, that who you love dearly. Um, it's not it's not so much as a compliment or a positive thing when you are calling out somebody's lack of obedience and faith. I totally get that. There's no way around someone being offended by that, but it is what it is. And at the end of the day, um, I just encourage you guys to start preparing faithfully, spiritually, and getting your houses in order, because true Christians are not weak. True Christians are not weak. Abraham took his son on the mountain, and he was going to be completely obedient until the Lord stopped him, and that was a test to see where Abraham was in his faith, in his obedience. And believe it or not, guys, that is where we're headed. We are headed to that same exact position and decision. There's going to be some of us who the enemy is going to use our children to get us to denounce our faith, and you're going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to make a choice of whom you serve. Are you going to obey flesh as a parent so your child can live another day in this evil, wicked world? Are you going to be obedient and knowing that your child or your loved one, whoever it may be, will be in a better place, will be in a much better place? Um, it's going to be a test. That's why we need to start preparing ourselves faithfully and spiritually. We need to be living in holiness and obedience, you know. And when we do these things, when we give our life to Christ and we dedicate ourselves to crucifying the flesh and living and serving and pleasing the Lord, just all throughout our walk, we grow stronger in faith. We walk with a inner peace and an inner joy about us. We don't really sweat what's coming because we know these things were foretold. We know if we know the Bible, and I encourage you guys also to get into the Bible. But this is where we're headed. Abraham took his son up to the mountain out of obedience. There's going to be a lot of people who denounce their faith and take their mark because they're going to obey flesh. They're going to give in to that fear. They're going to give in to the fact that they are a brother, sister, a mother, father, whatever. And they're going to be damned for all eternity. That's why we need to start right now, preparing ourselves spiritually and faithfully for what's to come, getting our houses in order, strengthening our faith, because that's where we're headed. The mark is about to be implemented, and you can bet your bottom dollar weak Christians are not going to fare well in it. If you have no faith to weak faith, you're not gonna fare well in what's coming. That's why we have got to not give into a lazy mentality that conditions our brains, that we're just sinners and we sin all the time, and we don't know it, and we give into that defeat. We need to be proud Christians, proud overcomers, you know in sin. You don't convert over to Jesus Christ and then you're just weak in faith, weak in obedience. It's not how that's supposed to work. We need to be proud overcomers, not lazy, defeated sinners. And yes, I'm a sinner. But I don't practice sin. I strive every day to overcome sin. I combat sin. I crucify my flesh. When I was lukewarm, I didn't do any of it. I didn't do any of it. I walked in the flesh. I obeyed the flesh. And now I live a life where I don't do that anymore. And I'm so strong in the Lord. And I thank God for that, because right now there's so much fear and anxiety and evil around. And like, unlike the majority, I'm just rejoicing. I'm rejoicing in it because I have an inner peace and a joy. And we're almost home. I'm almost home. I'm almost out of here. So, guys, once saved, always saved is a false demonic doctrine. It creates and enables lazy, weak Christians who are not going to know what to do with themselves, who are not prepared for what's to come. Abraham's decision might be your decision. That's what's coming. And I know the majority think they're going to be out of here before then. But ask yourself, what if you're not? Are you prepared for what's coming in your faith? Are you prepared? And people who love Jesus Christ, people who are ride or die Christians, it doesn't matter if there's a rapture or no rapture. You're in it until the Lord takes you home. Because at the end of the day, this is flesh. They can kill our flesh, but our soul lives forever in eternity with Jesus Christ. That's what it's about, guys. It's about our soul. It's not about our flesh. Kill the flesh, but the soul is the most important thing. And if you are not secure in your faith, if you are scared, if that prospect frightens you, then you are not solid in your faith. You're not solid in your walk with Jesus Christ. Because that's what's coming, guys. If you think Team Satan's not going to use a loved one to get you to denounce your faith, you're deluding yourselves. There is a guy who had a dream of his daughter being taken, and they were going to rape and slit her throat right in front of him if he did not denounce his faith. That's what's coming. That's on the horizon. You know, Abraham's decision and position could possibly be yours. And if you're not strong in faith, you're going to damn yourself for all eternity. And the flesh is nothing, guys. They can kill our flesh, but the soul is the most important thing. You know, do not live in the flesh. Do not obey the flesh. And a lot of people say they couldn't do what Abraham did because I'm a parent. I could never do that with my child. I couldn't do that. But your child will be in a better place, especially in that time, or during the upcoming future. You know, guys, it's about to get serious. And I just encourage you guys to just prepare. A voice, the Holy Spirit, long time ago, April of 2019, said you need to get ready faithfully and spiritually. And I heeded that message, and I encourage you guys to prepare, get ready faithfully and spiritually for what's coming. I love you guys. Be blessed.